for all the examples we've seen. Him suing Showtime for $300 million, him foreclosing on multiple properties, him losing on investments on multiple properties, him buying a lot of depreciating assets, and him all of a sudden looking to box very much in the year 2026. Floyd losing money Mayweather, as the chatter says, is in dire straits financially. Now again, is he got more money than me? Yeah, but he also spends a lot more money than me, which is why I thought him coming back to fight Manny Pacquiao, I mean, it made dollars, so sure, it makes sense. But for him to put his pro record on the line means this is really bad for Floyd. Well, turns out it could be as bad as we thought, or potentially worse. Or in some form of getting this fight together, misspoke to one of these guys. Or Floyd Mayweather is trying to Netflix.
Obviously, signing multiple deals and getting in advance and having them pay you ahead of the fight. I mean, like, is that normal? Does that happen?
I mean, you.
Nah.
Hey, yeah. Ocho, I've known players that they burn through their money. They take out an advance on next year's salary.
Nah.
Yes, you at this age, you gonna put that undefeated record on the line? That's his whole thing, Ocho. The whole thing is undefeated.
Yeah.
The whole time. That's why he said it. No. Manny said, no. I want to be the one to put that one on there. I want to put that blemish on that record. No. This ain't no exhibition.
The controversy surrounding a possible Pacquiao rematch has reached a boiling point, and many boxing fans are furious. Manny Pacquiao has publicly accused Floyd Mayweather of accepting advance money for what was expected to be a real fight. Pacquiao is now demanding answers and warning that without clarity, the planned exhibition could fall apart completely.
What I signed, he signed a real fight, and I signed a real fight, and he got his advance, so there's no reason to make excuses of that. So that's true. Well, we all look forward to that fight. I mean, he signed a real fight, and he got his advance. So then now makes excuses. No.
Mayweather's recent comments appear to conflict with a February 23rd announcement from Netflix, which promoted the event as a professional rematch with his undefeated 50-0 record reportedly on the line. The fight was presented to more than 325 million subscribers and was publicly supported by the Sphere venue and both fighters' promotional teams.
Ocho,
everybody don't get it.
Ocho, you got to, and I understand, Chat, I understand about taxes. Uncle Sam, the only mofo that don't work and get half your money.
Hello.
He don't do ish. But got his hand stuck out. And I get it. I hate paying that quarterly payment. I hate it. But you ain't come to get my stuff.
Hey, what are you telling? Listen, it's a select few, You hear me, Uncle Joe? It's a select few that sit high and look low. When it comes to them taxes, they make their own rules.
Some critics argue that Mayweather is avoiding a professional rematch because he wants to preserve his unbeaten record. They believe concerns about protecting his legacy may be influencing his decisions and fueling questions about his willingness to face Pacquiao again in an official contest.
You look at the way he lives life, you look at the way he does things, the entourage, the women, the jewelry, the bags. It's almost impossible. And you would understand that, Joe, you would also understand it. It's impossible to maintain a lifestyle like that when you're not still fighting.
Unless you got $200-300 million coming in.
It's impossible. You know? I mean,
because you got money going out and ain't got
well,
none
you don't have
coming
enough coming in to maintain it.
I don't care how much you make, Ocho. How much did you keep?
Right.
There you go. It ain't how much you make, it's how much you keep. So imagine you make $1 billion. So in other words, he lives in Vegas. If he made $1 billion, he made $630 million. Now that's what he made. What is his lifestyle? Well, you got 2 jets. You got people, and they said that he had people to wash his car.
Oscar de la Hoya has openly criticized Mayweather over the situation. He claims Floyd has not followed through on previous commitments and suggests that protecting the 50-0 record may be the real reason a rematch has not happened. De la Hoya has also referenced opinions from Floyd's father regarding their own past fight.
All the news on Mayweather, Pacquiao, potentially falling apart. I mean, I have to say this, Mayweather, come on, dude. Fight a real fight. You're still trying to protect your O. Yes, you're 50-0 on paper, but people know you've lost. Your own father said you lost against me back when we fought. And what's crazy is that people don't know that we had a rematch clause for 1 year. And what do? Your ass retires for 1 year and 1 day. Bro, ever since I got beat up by Manny Pacquiao in my last fight, I've wanted to fight every single day, but I couldn't because I wasn't right.
De La Hoya continues to question why a Pacquiao rematch has not moved forward despite discussions of a rematch clause in the past. He believes Mayweather stepped away from competition partly to preserve his perfect record and has challenged him to either face Pacquiao or consider other high-profile opponents.
Physically, emotionally, I just wasn't right. All that depression, all that I had within my spirit. But now these last 5 years, I've put in the work, man. Woo! I did a lot of work and I feel happy. I feel at peace. And you know what? A man at peace is a dangerous man. I can take on King Kong if I want and beat his ass. And I'll even fight Jake Paul. Let's go!
The dispute has become increasingly heated. Pacquiao maintains that Mayweather accepted advance funds and insists there should be no further delays. Several boxing commentators have described the situation as one of the most confusing rematch buildups in recent memory, while Wade Plemons has suggested there may be more happening behind the scenes than fans realize.
Given contracts that didn't say the same thing, that would be one of the most unprofessional things you could do, not trying to point to Netflix or whoever else put this together, but something is off. Something's completely off because you got one person saying, this is a real fight. You got the promotion saying, this is a real fight. You got Floyd Mayweather saying, no, this is an exhibition. There's two things that are happening here. Either somebody messed up in paperwork or in communication or in some form of getting this fight together, misspoke to one of these guys, or Floyd Mayweather is trying to Netflix. That is the only two things that can be possible here. Because we then get the report, as of yesterday, that Floyd Mayweather has already taken a cash advance payment of his purse.
Wade Plemons says his information comes from reliable sources. Reports have indicated that the proposed rematch is facing serious complications and that advance payments may already have been made. Plemons believes the circumstances are unusual and has speculated about several possible explanations for the ongoing confusion.
It currently being in jeopardy. I don't even know how that's possible. Who gave him a cash advance before they even got to the fight? I understand like paying some up front to secure the fight, but paying everything? Maybe it's not what it is. Maybe the cash advance is like partially. But still, what? So if this is to be believed, and this is via ESPN, this is not, random Twitter person reporting this. I think Mike Coppinger also reported the same thing. If this is to be believed, Floyd took a cash advance and then undermined the promotion of his own fight to try to protect his 50-0 record and still make a bag.
According to Wade Plemons, this is not the first time questions have been raised about Mayweather's negotiations. He recalled previous situations where financial demands reportedly became a major issue before a fight could proceed as planned.
Done this for years. He has done this for years, especially after his pro career. When he was doing these exhibitions, he would not show up to things he was obligated to do, take advances. Even the Deji fight, you can ask Deji, I was there. Floyd demanded that they pay him some insane amount of money or he wasn't going to fight Deji while he was at the venue. And they wanted to change gloves and do all this stuff. And I think they actually did it. They paid Floyd to do it. And I've seen this with a bunch of his exhibitions. And obviously we know about the Logan Paul situation, how Floyd shopped his fight to a different company after essentially royalty, like Prince, whoever in Dubai, and stole his money. This is insane.
The debate has intensified with analysts such as Max Kellerman and Mike Coppinger discussing the controversy. Some observers believe Mayweather may be searching for a way to exit the situation without damaging his public image. Others warn that continued uncertainty could affect how fans view his legacy moving forward.
That it's a real fight that'll count on their records, and it's going to be at the Sphere, so I'm not sure what Floyd is talking about. I don't know if Floyd got bad advice, but he's contracted, so it would be a breach if not.
I think what puts a damper on Mayweather-Pacquiao 2 was Mayweather-Pacquiao 1. The big letdown of a fight.
That's another damper.
But this is like, all you have to ask yourself, Gabe, to me, about when a fight is made is, are you going to watch it live or not? When it's on, are you going to watch it, yes or no?
I'm definitely watching.
Yeah, me too. So, like, everyone can shut up, right? Because we're all going to watch.
But I would not watch it if it's an exhibition, not necessarily live.
Yeah, you would. You'd still watch it.
I don't really watch all the exhibitions live.
But whatever they call it, you're going to watch it. But you're right, though, as an official fight, because it brings in the intrigue.
Max Kellerman has suggested that concern over protecting an undefeated record could be a major factor in the situation. He notes that many legendary fighters returned to competition and accepted the risk of defeat. Kellerman also points out that Pacquiao recently competed against a younger opponent, while questions remain about Mayweather's intentions.
We just saw Manny draw against a world-class fighter, whatever you want to say about Barrios.
Barrios is...
And Mayweather is right at that age, almost 50, where guys fall off a cliff.
Yep.
And he has the undefeated record to protect.
And right? it's Mayweather's identity, right? That's its whole identity.
That's why Mayweather doesn't want it to be a pro fight. Because you want to just safeguard that record.
50 knows a big thing. And if you lose that, it's like, okay, Floyd, so... But I would make an expedition because who's not going to watch it?
It's not up to him. He already signed a contract. It's a real fight.
That's what I don't get. How you sign a contract that you saying it's not?
Retiring undefeated. It's interesting. Because you can retire. A lot of guys have passed Rocky Marciano 49. Right. No. But then they kept fighting and they lost.
Chavez.
Right? Yeah, Chavez has won. There have been others. By the way, Rocky Marciano was training for a comeback when Floyd Patterson was champion. And I have no way, because he'd have beaten Floyd Patterson.
Gabe Rosado has shared his own view on the matter. He believes advice from people around Mayweather may have played a role in shaping recent decisions. Reports surrounding advance payments and ongoing negotiations have only increased speculation about what happens next.
Being that it's an official pro fight,
I do, Gabe.
Floyd was probably not advised.
Yeah, that's a great question. I mean, look, obviously Floyd, covets his record and certainly doesn't want to losing a fight when he's, way past his prime and not even active. But he needs the money, clearly. We've seen what's in the news and, I'm not in his pockets or anything, but he's going to make a lot of money and rightfully so. I don't see him turning down a major payday over this, but we'll bear watching. And also, I'm told that further to that, Pacquiao has no interest in this if it's not a real fight.
If I'm Floyd, I'm not fighting unless it's just a regular. If it's a pro fight, I'm not. Why would I do it? I'm old.
Because you need the money.
I don't know if he needs. I ain't getting the man.
Assuming he does.
I don't know if he needs the money or not.
Let's assume he does. That's why he's coming down. Just assume. So, and you're going to make, I don't know.
Jazz Mathers took a closer look at the reported agreement and argued that the language clearly describes the contest as a professional bout. He emphasized that references to a professional fight appear multiple times and noted that Mayweather's signature was reportedly included in the document.
Let me read out something to you here, okay? The main event bout of the boxing program will be a boxing match between Manny Pacquiao and Mayweather. The match will be a professional and sanctioned match and shall count on the official professional records of Mayweather and Pacquiao, and the final rules for which shall be subject to the mutual agreement of Pacquiao and Mayweather and subject to further approval of Netflix.
Okay, so I don't hear exhibition nowhere near in that statement.
The word professional is in this contract 11 times.
Oh, wow.
Another part, and which will be a professional and sanctioned boxing match and shall count on the official professional records of Mayweather and Pacquiao.
These developments have fueled additional discussion among fans regarding Mayweather's financial situation. Jazz Mathers has urged him to resolve the controversy and argues that questions surrounding the agreement need to be addressed as soon as possible.
I mean, it's unfortunate that it's come to what it's come to. Obviously, when we first heard about him having a 3-fight deal, we understood why he's having a 3-fight deal. I gave my name to people that he could have fought, that could have helped him if he was in financial crisis and needed to recoup some of that money back. And Manny Pacquiao was one of the names. It's crazy that it's even got to this point. I don't even know what to think about it at this point. Obviously, signing multiple deals and getting in advance and having them pay you ahead of the fight. I mean, is that normal? Does that happen?
There has also been speculation about potential legal consequences connected to the reported contract dispute. Various reports have highlighted financial disagreements involving Mayweather over the years. Mike Tyson has commented more generally that even the biggest fortunes can disappear without careful financial management.
Hey, listen, I don't know anything about no network still. I used to have problems with HBO because we had problems. It was a promoter problem. But the fact is, it's his life to live it the way he live it. You know, it may not be the right life, but it's his life to live the way he wants. And nobody could say anything about it. They're making a big joke about his life and he owes money. He's a human being. He make mistakes. People don't understand it's the art in saving money. You know, you handle money, you don't understand the art of saving money, you're screwed. And you could be anybody. You could be a little kid, you could be the smartest person in the world. It's an art in handling money. If you can't master that art, you're screwed.
One of the most talked about claims comes from Wade Plemons, who suggested that Netflix may have been negatively affected by the ongoing situation. While some fans sympathize with Mayweather, others remain highly critical. Additional allegations regarding property sales debts and legal disputes have only added to the growing controversy surrounding the boxing icon.
He builds this immaculate place in Vegas thinking he's going to turn it over. Like he's flipped a couple of different properties. I'll give him some credit there. I think he flipped a house in Florida from 18 to 20 mil, and he's got a place in LA that's like $25 million he's trying to sell now for like 48, which it's funny how now all of a sudden Floyd's trying to sell all of his assets. What does that tell you? He just sold his private plane as well, which I don't know what that went for, but again, he's offloading assets because he's massively in debt and owes people a lot of money. And he's trying to finance something, whether it's legal fees, whether it's other mortgages, whatever. But yeah, getting a net negative of $4 million on the house you built and then put on the market is probably the worst real estate investment you can make.
According to Wade Plemons, Mayweather may be facing significant financial pressures. He has referenced reports of major lawsuits and tax issues, while questioning the strength of Floyd's financial position. With comeback plans and a possible Pacquiao rematch being discussed, the spotlight remains firmly on him.
Told you guys, Floyd is going broke, and there's no other clear explanation other than, you know, we can look through the court documents of him versus Showtime, but missing $340 million, being years and years behind on his taxes, that's clearly the motivation for this. And because Floyd, obviously, you know, he is one of the best of all time, so if he still can do it. But Mike Tyson, followed by Manny Pacquiao, will get you out of a lot of financial bad situations and bad decision making. So this is why I think Floyd is doing this more than anything.
Wade Plemons has also claimed that Logan Paul's team was misled during business dealings connected to a previous exhibition event. He alleges that promises regarding revenue sharing were not fulfilled and says questions remain about payments linked to the promotion.
Floyd out here in Dubai royalty is crazy. This is a story I also heard from Gervonta Davis when he said that Floyd owed them people in Dubai money. Some business person, some royalty in Dubai out of $10 million to stage. Remember, it was supposed to be like Floyd versus Logan on like a helipad or like on the top of the Burj Khalifa or something. It was way back, again, 5 years ago now, but that was like the initial rumblings around that fight. And what Floyd did was use Mayweather Promotions to bring them this fight and say, if you'll front us this money, we'll put this fight here. They fronted him the money. He took the money, had the fight at the Hard Rock in Miami with Fanmio instead. That was the company that put it on, Fanmio. And Logan saw none of that front end 10 mil, and the people that paid Floyd the 10 mil never saw a dime back.
As speculation continues, boxing analysts, including Paulie Malignaggi, have weighed in. Malignaggi argues that Mayweather is not bankrupt, but may be carrying significant financial obligations. He believes any rematch should proceed according to the original agreement without changes or delays.
Woes of Mayweather, as far as him wanting to come back and make a bag of money, then I think the fight has to happen regardless. You know, what other direction can you go if you're Floyd and if you really are in these kind of positions, you know? I've been the one to say it. I don't say that Floyd is broke. I think people overuse that word. I think he's likely over-leveraged, and there's a difference between being over-leveraged and being broke. Being over-leveraged, if you're not careful, can lead you to being broke, but being over-leveraged also you can just rebound and make a bag of money, and now you're perfectly leveraged, then you're fine, and you still have all that stuff that you had before, you know? So So I think if that's the case, regardless, I think Floyd probably may be forced to do it the way Netflix decides to do it.
Despite the controversy, Paulie Malignaggi believes Mayweather may still want the fight to happen. He argues that officially sanctioned bouts generate far more revenue than exhibitions, and says discussions are reportedly continuing as both sides work through unresolved issues.
But we'll see. We'll see how things go on the inside. These are inner negotiations. I think it's more interesting if it is a real fight, first and foremost, with gambling being legal in the United States now, all over the United States. You know, it brings in that much more revenue because you can gamble on a real fight. You cannot. There's no gambling on an exhibition because there's no real winner and loser in an exhibition. So that makes it very, very different, and that, you know, gives the image of the fight, the branding of the fight, a whole new vibe if it's a real fight as opposed to if it's an exhibition. So, you know, a lot to be discussed here before this.
The situation has now reached a critical stage. Questions about contracts payments and the future of the proposed fight continue to dominate headlines. Manny Pacquiao remains ready while Netflix and boxing fans await answers. Whether the rematch moves forward or falls apart completely remains to be seen, but the boxing world is watching every development closely.